Alright, Robotron stuff. This is the second ROM board, which I have gone through and put all of the sockets in and all of that, and did the headers. Now this one I put a ROM set in that is called tie-dyed, and you can see it's like a blue and red swirl tie-dye, and these are not in MAME. I don't know what they are. They're not the orange and red, or the yellow, red and yellow, or white and yellow set, or whatever. They're not the blue set. Some of them are common with the blue set, but like half of them are not in MAME. And I don't know, you can see this thing's kind of goofy. It's freaking out and resetting. It keeps doing that. You'll see it, the picture starts to freak out, gets lines through it, and then it resets. This tie-dye set did come with 2 ROMs right here that say fix. 11 fix and 5 fix, and I don't know if that fixes this screw up. I don't know what. See, there it goes again. See that? And reset. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to replace these 2 ROMs and see if that clears that up. I don't know. Other than that, I don't know anything about these ROMs. Okay, we have the 5 and 11 ROM fix version in, and see if that, it's still doing that. I still see the lines. Now they're gone. I don't know. And lines. And reset. Okay. Weird. So I'm going to go ahead and put this whole blue ROM set back in this board and see if we get the same nonsense. Okay, I swapped back in the spare blue ROM set, which I tested these. These are all good. I dumped all of these ROMs, and these are all good blue set ROMs. There's the other board with the pause hack. That one's done and good. And these ROMs I know are good. These are not in MAME, so I have no idea what they are. So let's check this out and see if we get the same nonsense. It'll boot to 0. Okay, now we just have to wait and see if it does the same stuff and resets. Let it play through its attract a little bit, and when it comes back to this screen is when it usually has all the lines and will die. There's lines. Okay, so it's not the ROMs. It's got to be, it's on this board. There's something wrong with this board. Okay. So let's go ahead and I think the first thing I want to do is eliminate these guys as an issue. So I want to swap these 2 parts, these 2 special chips, with the known good working one, and make sure that we still get the same freak out. Yeah. Okay, let's do that. Okay, just kind of messing around a little bit, and I think I found what is probably the issue with this one. Okay. Factory settings restored. Yeah, this thing. Watch. Once it boots, I'm just going to go like this and press down on this cable. Okay, it's going now. 1, 2, 3 right now. There it goes. And I'm just going to hold down on the cable a little bit. It won't even boot. All I'm doing is doing this to the cable. It won't boot. Let go of it. Now it's just giving me a RAM error, which I know there's no RAM error on here. This thing's just no good. Now, it may be a combination of the cable and this header, remember. I think what I want to do is, you know, I do have another main board here, right here. I fixed another main board. I did sockets and put a matching set of RAM on it. So I think what I want to do is first swap this board in and see if I get the same thing. That'll tell me if it's the connector or if it's the cable. Okay, yeah, so this is the complete second set. There's the original main board. Remember, I did all the repair work on. This is the second one, which all I did was replaced all of these sockets, and I put a matched timing set of 4116 RAM in it. So I've removed that so that it's just regular power with -5 and 12. Plugged in the board, and we're going to see if we get the same result. Okay, we are turned on. It'll boot to 0. Okay. And just kind of hang out and watch it. See if we get the same symptom. I think that tie-dyed ROM set gets off of this screen a lot quicker. And hopefully we see the same problems. Let me go ahead and just kind of mess with this. Yeah, see, it's resetting. I pressed on it and it reset. So it's definitely a cable problem. So let me go ahead and replace the cable and go from there. Okay. Robotron board with all of the 12 tie-dyed ROM put back in the board. You see it's a little blue and red swirl tie-dye. Comment down below if you've heard of tie-dye ROMs. But this is the original cable. I had kept one. This is an oldie but a goodie. Usually these cables are pretty robust. This is not an extremely common failure that I find on these. I find that it's sockets 100 times more, 100% more than it is cables. Anyway, this cable was bad for sure. I tried re-crimping it as well, and it just doesn't work. But I got that one on there now. It's been running for a little bit, and it's solid. Tie-dye ROMs. Weird. We'll let it play through and get back to the screen that it would always freak out at. And you'll see that it doesn't anymore. And we'll play around and push around on this cable, and hopefully we can't get it to reset. But here, as it goes back into the Robotron Attract screen, is when it would always have lines through the screen and then reset. Yeah, comment down below if you know, if you've heard of these tie-dyed ROMs. They are not in MAME. There's two sets in MAME. There's a white with orange or something like that. Orange label, yellow label maybe. And yellow label and blue. This is where it would freak out. And you can see it's not doing it no more. It's good. Good to go. Yeah, this tie-dyed set, I don't know where it came from. It's not in Maine. And then there's 2 extra ROMs that came with it that say fix. Now, is that like another tie-dye ROM set? I don't know. See? 11 fix and 5 fix. So do those... Is this like tie-dye ROM set 1 and then with those 2 in it is tie-dye ROM set 2? I don't know. Very strange. I've dumped all of that though. And I'll probably contact the Maine team. Because these should be in Maine, right? It's another ROM set. 2, actually, if this is 2 sets. You know, if this constitutes tie-dye set 2 and this is tie-dye set 1. Very strange. Yeah. See, I noticed something. See that? I wonder if that's in the fix. Because I was messing around with the cable just then to see if it was the cable but that might just be in the ROM. That might be part of the ROM fix. I don't know. But you can see it's not resetting or nothing. The cable's good now. I want to let it play through again, and I want to see that again, see if it does that weird little thing down in the corner there, down at the bottom of the screen. And if it does, I'm going to put the fix ROMs in it and see if it goes away. Yeah, I don't know. I can't get it to do it. It's not doing it again. I haven't seen it again, but this thing is definitely garbage. Do not keep garbage. And this has been running good. It hasn't reset or nothing. But I have not seen that little junk down there again. So is that part of the ROM fix in the set? I don't know. It was just a weird anomaly. It's not reproduced. So who knows? It might be something in the code that they fixed. I don't know. But yeah, it's working good. 'Tis working. So I'm going to put this thing all together. This board right here, I actually tested with this ROM board yesterday for about 5 hours. So that is good. I'm going to do a test on this board set right here for another 3 hours at least, but I'm going to test the power supply with it. I'm going to get the power supply together and put it up here and run it on its own power supply and run that as a test for another 3 to 4 hours. Because it was also reported that the power supply would blow the 5 volt fuse, 5 volt circuit fuse after about a half hour or so. So I'm going to go ahead and get that thing all hooked up, put on the bench, complete with everything, and let that run. Okay, we're just about all ready to go. I have my other harness. I have 2 Williams harnesses. This Williams harness hooks to a power supply. My other one, this one right here, I used to hook up into my setup as well as it hooks to a switcher. So yeah, this harness right here, you could actually just take it and put it right in a Williams game. I did hack to where I hooked the video up in well, this isn't a hack, this is an add-on. But the end of the speaker, or the video, I did put this on the end of the video so that I can hook it up into my harness, but that would be easily fixed. But before I do anything with this connector right here needs to be replaced. So I'm going to go ahead, crimp a new connector on here, and then we'll be ready to fire it up and just let it do its test. Okay, it is all hooked up. We have the 4164 board with the 4164 adapter. Video is hooked up, and then it's plugged into my harness. Sound is going to my speaker. Power's all situated. I have the Williams transformer down there sending AC up to this guy. I replaced this connector, crimped a new one on. So we're ready to go. It's all plugged in. This just goes to the coin door lights and stuff, so we're not worried about that. That's hooked up. That's hooked up. Soundboard is hooked up. Redone. New caps. New caps on the soundboard. All new headers. New sockets here and here. Can't tell you how many times I've had I found failing soundboards with bad sockets. So those sockets have been replaced. So let's go ahead and fire this thing up. Running it off of power. I'm going to kind of watch those LEDs there as I turn it on. Hopefully they all come on. So far so good. That's good. No video. What's going on there? Do I not have video hooked up correctly? Oh shoot, it's got to plug into this. Yeah, I've got the video running to here. I hooked it up wrong. So let me redo that. Yeah. Okay, yeah, my bad. Let me do that and come back. Okay, I fixed that mess up and put a plug on there. Now this would plug right into the monitor in a regular harness setup. But I got that all hooked up now correctly. So let's go ahead and fire it back up. And we got our 3 LEDs rolling nice. We got our tie-dye ROM set on the bench. And we're rolling video. Yeah. So the only thing to do is to play a game and put on a score. And then let this thing run. Let it roll. So let me go ahead and do that. I'll set up on the tripod and just kind of doink around on here a little bit, and then put a little score on there so that I'll know if it resets, because it'll have a score up there for one player. And just let this thing run. So let me do that. Alright, I'll go ahead and hook up to this and start playing around and doing some controls, all that good stuff. Okay, first let's coin up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What was that? Uh-oh. Let's try it again. that was weird. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put those fix ROMs in this thing. That was weird. It reset. And I don't know why. And these ROMs are a great big question mark. I don't know anything about these. So I'm going to put those 2 fix ROMs in and see what happens with that. Mess around with it. Okay, I replaced those 2 ROMs right there with those 2 right there. They say fix on them, so we'll see. Go ahead and do the same thing. I'll put this up here and kind of play around over here and see what we get. Hopefully it doesn't do that again. Okay, I don't know. Maybe that was the ROM fix. Who knows? With these things being ROMs that I don't know anything about, I really don't know. So I got a score up on there now of 2600. So I'm going to go ahead and just let this thing run. I put the 2 fix ROMs in there. I don't know what they fix. No idea. But I'm going to let this thing go for quite some time. It's 10:47 p.m. right now. 10:48. So we're going to let this thing roll into the wee hours. You know what I'm going to do is go ahead. I'm going to put the camera back up. I want to check my voltages and make sure they're all good. Let's do that, and then it's just a matter of letting this thing run. Okay, you can see I got my meter right there. I'm going to go ahead and check the voltages on the RAM PCB, the main board. 497, I like it. And then on the ROM board, 506. Very good. And our other voltages are oh, this doesn't have neg 5 and 12 on it. Never mind. Yeah, this one doesn't have the negative voltages, so we don't have to worry about it. But yeah, the 5 volts is good. But the negative 5 and the 12 volt light are lit, so I'm sure they're fine. So, and anyway, it's the 5 volt circuit that the owner of this said was blowing. So we'll go ahead. I'm going to let this run. I will check back. I'm not going to end the video yet because that was a problem with the power supply. I'm going to let this go for a long time and then come back to wrap up. Alright, well, I came back out. It is now about 1 o'clock in the morning, so it's been running about 2.5 hours-ish. And it was still going, but I noticed that my score was set back to 0. So it obviously at some point reset. So what I'm in the process of doing is I'm going to put the original blue ROM set back in it. In this tie-dyed ROM set, I did a little bit of info checking on this tie-dye set. And it is basically a ROM hack that was put out. It's not an official Williams thing at all. So I'm going to put in an official, you know, the blue set and then run it for another 3 hours. But I did not experience no fuse blowing that was reported. So that is not a problem. I want to make sure that this isn't going to reset, and I'm going to put a good known, you know, Williams set of ROM software in it. and run it again for another 3 hours. At least 2 hours. I'll go another 2 hours. If it doesn't reset after 2 hours, I'm going to call it good. So let me do that. Swap the ROMs over and start over on the test. Okay, yeah, I swapped the ROMs. I got a original blue ROM set in here, which I had verified. These are all good. And we're running. So I'm going to go ahead and put a score on. Yeah, just a little score, it doesn't matter. Alright, kill me. Do it! Do it now! Come on, kill me! I'm here! Do it! Do it now!
Do it! Do it! Come on, come on! Kill me! I'm here! Kill me! I'm here! Kill me! Come on! Kill me! I'm here! Come on! Do it now! Kill me!
Game over. Alright. Now I have another score up on there of 1300. See that? 1300. So now starts another test. Okay. See you in a little while. I'm back out. (3:05 a.m.) Man, this damn camera. Still 1300. Has not reset. Another just over 2 hours of running. So that's a total of about 4.5 hours of runtime continuous. Or all I did turn it off to swap ROMs. But yeah, in summary, this thing's good to go. I would definitely not mess with that tie-dye ROM set because it's just unreliable and it's a hack. So we have the original blue set on here. So that's 2 blue sets. The other ROM board also has a blue ROM set with the pause hack. Remember, the other one has the pause hack on it. But that power supply is fine. It has not failed at all. And we'll just give it another one last go. Oh yeah, and by the way, this is my little battery module that I've made, the little PCB that I made. It uses a CR1616 battery and has a Schottky diode right there for blocking. And this just plugs right in. You put the CMOS 2114 right there, and this just plugs right into there. And yeah, that's available on my Patreon page. I might, whenever I do repairs on Williams stuff, maybe if I have to remove this stuff. These 2 main boards didn't need them because they already had solutions. But if I need to come up with a solution, this is what I'm going to use. I'm going to go to the store tomorrow and pick up some CR1616s. Put one in there and plug it in and make sure. I mean, there's no reason why it wouldn't work. It's a simple little circuit. Yeah, but that's pretty cool. Yeah. The PCB file and the BOM, the battery holder, and all that is on for Mauser Electronics is on my Patreon page. Yep. CR1616 3-volt battery goes in there. Same battery that was used in Game Boy, Nintendo Game Boy game cartridges or whatever. Yeah, so yeah, let's go ahead and clean this up. Play one more little game so that we can hear it make its noises one more time before we end. That's it. It all moves good. All the controls work and everything. So that is it. Wow. A recap. Kill me. Do it now. Game over. Okay. Wow. This guy right here, I socketed the PIA. I reflowed the solder. I'm not replacing these header pins. There was a bad trace on the back of here. New cap. This one right here had a bunch of corrosion that we removed. Wiped out this little corner right here. Repopulated all of that. New sockets. RAM that was provided. Replaced these sockets. Replaced that header. These caps. Replaced this cable on this ROM board. Replaced all the sockets. Headers. All the headers. Recapped soundboard. These two sockets were replaced. Replaced all the headers. That's it for this one. The second board, the main board, which I've already got it packaged. This is the main board. This is the ROM board. On those ones, same thing with the ROM board. All new sockets, new headers. The other main board, all that I had to do was new sockets and install a matching set of RAMs with what I believe with what was sent, or did I have to grab some of those? I completed a complete set, I believe, of 250 nanosecond access time chips. I think I had to go into some of my stash for like 8 of them, and then I used 16 that the customer had in the board. He had two different speed RAM chips in it. He had 150s mixed with 250s, and it would cause the 131 error. And then it would boot and run, you know, but it's just not stable like that. So this is a complete matched set. And yeah, so the other one, no, that's the other one. And I think that's it with the other board. And yeah, the other ROM board was the same treatment as this, all new sockets and caps and headers and all that. So this is the tie-dye ROM set. These are extra RAMs. Shouldn't be any extra RAMs. Yeah, there should, I guess. Yeah, the extra ones were in here. He had 4116 RAMs in this board as well. That's where this is. That's what this is. I've got them separated by speeds. This bag is 150, this bag is 200, and this bag is 250. So he had three different access RAMs, access speeds, 3 different, all mixed together. Yeah, so we got it all squared away. This one is good to go. Robotron. Yeah, and then these did not get used. socket things, these RAM socket adapters. We did not use those, so I will put these RAMs right here. I'll put in that bag when I ship it back. But I'd stay away from this tie-dye ROM set. Me personally, if it were me, what I would do is I would remove the labels off of these. I would erase them and I would put them into stock. I wouldn't mess with that tie-dyed ROM set. It's just not reliable. 'Tis a hack. So, all right. Yeah, and then over here with the power supply, the only thing I did was I replaced that plug, not the header on this. I didn't do anything to this board. I replaced the plug on this guy. Very well. All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next Classic Arcade Repair. See you then, and bye for now.